In a crowded city full of dreams and noise, lived a girl who just wanted love. Her name was Sira, simple, humble, and with eyes that carried both kindness and sadness. She wasn't the kind of woman who turned heads when she walked by. But her heart? Her heart was full of quiet beauty. Camera pans across a small apartment window. Sira standing near the stove, cooking, smiling faintly. Narrator. Every morning, she made tea, pressed her husband's shirts, and whispered silent prayers for happiness. But happiness didn't visit that home anymore. Door opens, her husband Rihan walks in, wearing office clothes. His tone is cold. Rihan, why is the tea so cold again? Sira, you can't even do one thing right. Cup slams onto the table. Sira lowers her gaze. Sira softly, I'm sorry, I made it fresh. Maybe it cooled while I was setting the bread. Rihan scoffs, checks his phone, walks out without looking at her. Narrator. That's how most mornings went. Silence, distance, and the sound of a heart breaking quietly. Cut to evening scene. Dim room. Clock ticking. Sira sits alone on the couch with a blanket. Narrator. At night, she waited for him to come home early. Waited for a smile, a word, even a lie that felt warm. But Rihan came home late, always smelling like someone else's perfume. Sound cue. Door creak. Faint laughter from outside before it shuts. Rihan flatly. I had extra meetings. Sira, it's okay. I kept dinner warm. Rihan waves her off, goes to bed without eating. Narrator, she believed him for months. Because love makes you blind and hope makes you foolish. Flashback montage. Sira's wedding, smiling faces, vows, laughter. Narrator soft, bittersweet. When they first married, Sira thought her love could heal anything. Rihan was charming, ambitious, and sweet once. He held her hands and promised her forever. But forever ended too soon. Scene fades back to present. Sira alone, washing dishes with tears mixing with soap bubbles. Narrator now. She lived with the ghost of that promise, a man still breathing. But love long dead. Scene. Sira walking to the market early morning carrying a bag. Rain starts to fall lightly. Narrator. Sira found her peace in small things. The rain, the sound of and the smile of a kind old shopkeeper who always greeted her kindly. Shopkeeper. Ah, Sira Bibi. Early again. You're the only one who buys flowers in this city. Sira smiling faintly. They make the home feel alive. She looks at the white lilies. Her favorite. She touches them gently. Narrator. She didn't tell anyone that the flowers were her only friends. Each one wilted too soon, like her joy. Evening. Rihan, on phone, laughing softly in another room. Narrator. One night, fate stopped whispering and started shouting. Sira overheard something she was never meant to hear. Rihan on phone, low laugh. Don't worry, baby. She won't find out. She trusts me too much. Pause. Sira's expression freezes. The sound of her heart seems louder than the rain. Narrator soft. Broken. Trust. The last fragile thing she held, shattered. Rihan enters the room, still smiling at his phone. Sira stands quietly. Sira. Rihan. Who were you talking to? Rihan casually. Work. Why? Sira. Work doesn't call you baby. Silence. Rihan looks at her coldly. No guilt. Just irritation. Rihan. You're imagining things again. Sira. Stop acting like a child. He leaves the room. Sira stands there, clutching her chest, tears rolling down silently. Narrator. That night, Sira didn't cry loud. She just sat by the window, letting the rain hide her tears. Soft piano returns. Narrator emotional. She didn't scream. She didn't fight. She only whispered one sentence to the night sky. Sira whispering, if love dies, why does my heart still live? Camera pans to window. Thunder flashes. Music grows heavier. Narrator. Fate had watched long enough. And sometimes, when the world wrongs a heart too gentle, nature takes its turn to balance the scales. The next morning, Sira woke up to silence. Rihan was gone, not just from the bed, but from her world. His phone, his wallet, his clothes, everything gone. Camera pans across the bed, pillow empty, wardrobe open. Sira stands frozen, trembling slightly. Narrator. She didn't even find a note. Not a word. Not a goodbye. Only the smell of perfume that wasn't hers. She walks to the table, finds his wedding ring lying next to her teacup. Narrator. And there it was, his ring. The circle that once meant forever. Broken by choice, soft piano fades to silence. Sira quietly to herself. So this is how love ends. Quietly? Rain starts outside. Gentle drizzle against glass. Narrator. She stood by the window for hours, watching the sky weep for her. No anger, no screams. Just emptiness so deep it almost felt peaceful. Cut to evening. Sira sitting alone, candlelight flickering. The sound of rain still soft. Narrator somber. The world moved on, but she stayed still. neighbors whispered. Pity came in small doses, mixed with gossip. Neighbor off-screen whisper. She was too plain for him. That's why he left. Camera close-up Sira's eyes staring at nothing. Narrator. Those words didn't hurt her anymore. She had stopped expecting kindness from people who only understood beauty by faces. Cut 2. Sira visiting her mother's house. Door opens. Mother sighs. Mother, you can't just sit here forever, Sira. He's gone. You need to move on. Sira softly. I don't want revenge. Mama, I just want peace. Mother turning away. Peace doesn't come to the weak. Sira looks down. Silence fills the room. Narrator. Maybe her mother was right. Maybe peace only visits those who stop waiting for it. Scene transitions 6 months later. Sira now works in a small fabric store. Simpleclothes.com face. Narrator soft, reflective. Time didn't heal her, but it taught her silence. She learned how to fold saris, count change, smile to customers. But at night she still whispered his name, not in longing but in disbelief. Sound. Sewing machine humming. The shop owner calls from behind. Shop owner, Sira, there's a man outside asking for you. Sira looks up, confused. Camera pans to door. Rihan stands there looking disheveled, tired. Narrator, and there he was. The man who left her heart in ruins, now standing like a ghost at her door. Music drops. Tense violin note. Sira, faintly Rihan. Rihan forcing a smile. Sira, I made mistakes. I shouldn't have left. He takes a step forward. She doesn't move. Narrator, his eyes looked different, hollow, restless. It wasn't guilt she saw in them. It was fear. Cut to a small cafe, rain outside. Both sitting across the table. Rihan, hurried tone. She left me, Sira, the woman I was with. She took everything. My money, my peace. I don't even have a home now. Sira listens silently. Rihan, I was blind. I thought I loved her, but she destroyed me. He grabs her hand. She doesn't respond. Sira, you didn't just lose money, Rihan. You lost something much rarer. Rihan, what? Sira quietly, a heart that would have loved you forever. He looks down, ashamed. Thunder rumbles outside. Narrator. The storm outside grew wilder, as if the world itself wanted him to hear the echo of his choices. Cut to street, Rihan walking away in rain. Sira watching from the window. Narrator, firm, poetic. Nature doesn't need swords or fire to punish. Sometimes it simply takes away what you never valued bit by bit. Until regret is all you have left. Soft, melancholic piano fades back in. Narrator, that night, Sira didn't cry. She didn't curse his name or pray for revenge. She only said one line before sleeping. Sira softly, eyes closed. Dear God, I leave my pain in your hands. Months passed. Sira didn't see Rihan again. Not at the market, not on the street, not even in her dreams. Life had gone strangely silent, but silence has a way of hiding the thunder that's about to come. Camera pans across the city skyline, dark clouds gathering, birds flying away. Narrator, they say fate has its own rhythm, and sometimes it plays the same tune you once ignored. Cut to Sira's workplace, the small fabric shop. She's folding clothes when her coworker rushes in. Coworker worried. Sira, did you hear he's in the hospital? Sira freezes for a moment. Camera zooms on her eyes. Sira quietly. What happened? Coworker, they say he was hit by a car last night. He was drunk. Alone. No one came to see him. Soft piano starts, same melody from part 1, but slower. Narrator, her heart trembled, not from love, but from the strange ache of destiny. The man who once shattered her soul was now broken by the same world he tried to escape with. Sira hesitates, then picks up her shawl and leaves the shop. Cut to hospital, white corridors, faint beeping sounds. Camera follows Sira's slow footsteps. Narrator. She didn't know why she came. Maybe it was forgiveness. Maybe it was closure. Or maybe it was to see what karma looks like when it finally arrives. She stops at the door of a hospital room. Inside, Rihan weak, lying on bed, eyes half open. Rihan weak voice. Sira. You came? Sira softly. I heard you were hurt. Rihan tearfully. I lost everything. The woman I trusted, she ran away with my money. I tried to rebuild, but nothing worked. I even lost my job. He coughs. The sound echoes. Rihan, I thought I was punishing you by leaving, but it was me who got punished. Camera close-up on sirasface.com/sorrowful, forgiving. Sira, Rihan. Sometimes life doesn't punish to destroy. It punishes to teach. Pause. Her tone stays kind but distant. Sira. I used to cry every night, asking why you did this to me. Now I understand you were never mine to lose. He closes his eyes, tears rolling down. Rihan. I don't deserve your kindness. Sira. No one deserves pain either. Rihan, but we both had to feel it to grow. Soft violin note swells. She places a small flower near his bedside and turns to leave. Cut 2. Street, heavy rain pours. Sira walks slowly, umbrella in hand. Each drop glows in dim light. Narrator. The rain had returned. The same rain that once hid her tears now washed away her sorrow. Camera pans to the hospital window. Rihan staring weakly, watching her fade into the mist. Narrator low, poetic, he watched her leave. And in that moment, he realized something cruelly beautiful. The gentlest hearts often carry the heaviest storms, and when they finally let go, nature takes over. Sound of thunder, distant but powerful. Narrator. Days later, Sira heard he left the city. No one knew where he went. Some said he went to find peace. Others said he couldn't face his own reflection anymore. Camera cuts to Sira's home. Small but warm. She lights a candle, sits near the window. Sira's soft monologue. I don't hate him anymore. I just hope wherever he is, he learns what love truly means. She closes her eyes. Background music rises.com, flute and soft rain blend together. Scene transition, time passes. Sira now teaching art to small children. Her laughter returns, faint but real. Narrator hopeful tone, and like seasons she changed too. From pain came patience. From heartbreak came understanding. And from loss came light. Camera close-up. Sira's face glowing in sunlight through the classroom window. Narrator. That's the way nature works. It doesn't take sides. It restores balance. It doesn't scream for revenge. It whispers justice through time. Fade to black. The piano melody from part 1 returns. Full and bright this time. Narrator final line. Sira's tears once watered her sorrow, but now they bloom into strength. 2 years had passed since the storm. The city still looked the same narrow streets, the same clouds hanging low, but inside Sira's heart, a new world had quietly begun to grow. Camera pans across her small home, neat, peaceful, filled with plants and sunlight. Narrator. She no longer waited for someone to love her. She had learned to love herself, the woman who survived everything meant to break her. Soft piano theme begins, warm, hopeful. Cut 2. Sira in a community art center, surrounded by children painting. Laughter fills the room. Narrator. The same hands that once trembled from pain, now created color and life. The same eyes that once searched for love in others, now found it in her own reflection. Camera close-up. Sira smiles as a child holds up a messy but bright drawing. Child, auntie, look. It's you, standing in the rain. Sira laughs gently. Sira, it's beautiful. You even made the rain happy. The children laugh. Music softens. Narrator. The rain. Yes, the rain. It had once carried her sorrow, but now it sang her strength. Nature remembers, it never forgets those who endured with grace. Scene transition. Late evening. The sky glows orange. Sira closes the shop shutters, walking home slowly. Narrator. On the road. She saw a man sitting by the corner, weary, thin eyes full of exhaustion. It took her a moment to recognize him. Camera zooms. Rihan, aged and frail, sitting with a broken umbrella and a small bag. Sira quietly. He looks up, startled. For a moment, shame fills his eyes. Rihan, Sira. I didn't think you'd remember me. Sira gently. Some faces stay, even when memories fade. Pause. She looks at him, but there's no anger, only quiet sadness. Rihan, I lost everything. Sira tried to start again, but luck never followed. Maybe I deserve this. Sira sits beside him on the bench. The world is silent except for the soft wind. Sira, you don't deserve pain. Rihan, but you do deserve truth. She looks at the sky, voice steady. Sira, when we hurt people who love us, we don't see it right away. But the world does. And someday it returns the lesson. Not to destroy us, but to open our eyes. He lowers his head. Tears fall silently. Rihan, broken voice. I thought love was something easy. Until I lost yours. Sira softly. You didn't lose it, Rihan. You just never understood it. A long pause. The sound of wind through trees. Narrator. And for the first time there were no accusations between them. Only silence, heavy, but peaceful. Sira stands, adjusts her shawl. Sira, take care of yourself. The world is still kind. If you let it be. She walks away slowly. The camera follows her, her steps calm, her posture strong. Narrator. That night she didn't cry. There was nothing left to mourn, only lessons to carry. Cut 2. Montage. Sira painting under sunlight. Teaching, laughing with children. The seasons change, rain to sunshine to gentle dusk. Narrator hopeful tone, and like the earth after a storm, she bloomed again. Not because someone saved her, but because she learned that survival itself is a kind of miracle. Camera pans to her paintings, one of a woman standing under rain, smiling. Narrator. People began to admire her art. Some said they could feel pain in her colors. Others said they could feel freedom, but Sira knew both were the same thing. Scene transition. Sira at the beach, sunset glowing across waves, wind blowing through her hair, narrator soft, poetic. The ocean roared like a heart that had finally learned peace. She watched the horizon and whispered to herself. Sira smiling faintly. Everything that left me taught me how to stay. Soft, orchestral music swells, violins and piano together. Narrator in the end. Nature had avenged her, not with fire, not with violence, but by giving her what Rihan could never take: peace, purpose, and strength. Camera zooms out. Sira walking barefoot on sand, her silhouette glowing against the sun. Narrator, final words. This was Sira's justice, not revenge by hand, but revenge by life. Because when love turns to dust, the wind will always carry it. Back to the ones who threw it away.